Thank you, young man. If there is one thing the Libertarian Party does not have a shortage of, it's people who will get up in front of the room and tell you exactly what we need to do to win. Tell you exactly how we need to approach people. By the time the 2006 Georgia Convention rolled around, I'd heard enough of those speeches that the thought of one more made me want to cry. I'd say one made me tear my hair out, but that was already taken care of by nature. One more speech on how we need to approach and how we need to win. Then the young man who was giving that speech stood up and started to talk. My eyes opened up and my ears perked up, because he wasn't just talking theory, he was talking about things that he was doing in his day-to-day life, in political activity. He was talking real world. 2008 came around. I spent some time with that young man in Denver at the National Convention. I watched how he carried himself, and I watched the things that he did, not just talked about. And then he became our candidate for Public Service Commission in 2008. And he ran a statewide campaign on a budget that to call it a shoestring would be insulting to shoestrings. It was the thinnest budget you could possibly imagine for a statewide campaign. And out of that campaign grew the largest vote total that any libertarian has ever gotten in any race in the United States. I've been asked a few times by people that I know outside of the party whether I was going to run for governor again. And I always told them two things. One, I see no reason to be the William Jennings Bryan of the Libertarian Party. But two, and far more important, we have a much better candidate now. I'd like you to welcome John Monds, the next governor of the state of Georgia.
I'm very humbled to come before you once again. I know it's been a year since the last convention in which I kind of announced a possible intention of running for governor. Like usual, I'm not going to give you a canned speech. I never really can put one together, but I'd like to speak from my heart. I think that's best. I think that's what keeps me grounded, keeps me genuine. That's what I'd like to share with people. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. I want to thank the convention committee for putting on a very, very fine event, and just let you know how excited I am that you would even consider nominating me to be your candidate for governor. We've already made history. In my previous races, and I say we because it's not about me, it's about us. Back in 2006, when I ran for a small school board seat in Grady County, I actually had to petition, get the signatures. In that particular race, I believe I came out with 11.3% of the vote. And for a partisan race, I believe that was a record for that year. But after each race, yeah, it was exciting. You know, I felt good about getting on the ballot, but I felt best about representing libertarian ideas to my community and representing you. You know, I'm going to thank all of those who have gone before me. I tell, well, how long have you been, you know, a libertarian? Somebody asked. I said, well, formally, probably about 5 or 6 years. But I feel that the things that we believe in as a party, and I believe in it as an individual that I've been a libertarian for most of my life. But after each race, you have to, you're asked, well, what are you going to do? It's like Gary mentioned, are you going to run again or whatever? And after that race, I didn't know. I thought initially that running one time, that's my contribution. If you do it at least once in your life, I think everybody should go out and just try it once. But I thought there was more. There was more that I could do, more that I could share, more people I could talk to. So the issue of PSC came up in 2008. And like most folks, I'm not a politician. I'm not, well, I guess I would be considered a politician because I've run for office, but I'm not a bureaucrat. I didn't have growing up fantasies about being in office. So when approached in 2008 about running for PSC, I was very hesitant. First of all, like a lot of my fellow residents, what is the PSC? I don't even know. What do they do? How can I articulate our concepts and fit it into a bureaucratic office? But I decided, hey, whatever it takes, I'll find a way. And whatever I can do, that's what I'll do. And we made history in 2008. It's not about John Monds. Okay, did pretty good, 1 million votes, I guess. Not bad. But once again, the question comes up, well, what are you going to do now? Oh, man. And I'll tell you, after that race, I had no plans to run for office again. I have a family. I have a wonderful wife who supports me. I have 4 beautiful children that I helped to raise along with my wife. And family is very important to me. Why should we go through this again? Why should I go through this again? But it's because of what I believe in and what you believe in when we talk about freedom, rights, responsibility, and liberty, that's what's important. So, last year I decided I'm going to go for it. If anything, we built up a little bit of success. Maybe I was able to touch somebody. Maybe somebody heard of libertarianism for the first time because of that race. And I felt we need to keep going. We need to reach for the stars. Why not? The odds of us winning are so high. That ought to liberate us. It shouldn't hinder us. Let me get back on topic here. I get filled with emotion, and that's why I try to write just a few notes to make sure I hit specific points. We made history in 2008, and hopefully if you grant me the nomination, we're going to make history today, and we're also going to make history in November. What a year. From last convention to this one. I spoke about setting a goal. We need to have a goal. We need to take an attitude of winning. That's the attitude we need to take. So part of what I wanted to do and have done over the last year, some of the successes we've had, is just getting a structure of a campaign established. We've got nice glossy brochures, we've got bumper stickers, we've got a decent website.